Geyonim, Tefillah, Tzedakah, and together, as we say always, with our prayers for the safety of our soldiers, the safe return of our hostages. But we also say thank you. Thank you, Hashem. And I'll tell you why I'm saying it today. Although we should say it every day. But in the portion of the Torah of this week, Parshas Kistovai, there's the mitzvah of Bikurim. Very briefly, Bikurim is the farmers in Israel would bring their first fruits and present them to the Kohen in Yerushalayim. And they would elaborate in their expression of gratitude to Hashem for the land and its produce. That's in one word the mitzvah of Bikurim. It has many details, but that's the gist of the idea. Simply appreciating all the wonderful good things that God does to us. Do we really appreciate? Do we know? Do we say thank you to Hashem? So I just want to share with you a beautiful experience our community had this Shabbos, this past Shabbos. As is, I presume, all over the world in Chabad and many other shuls, after the Shabbos service, Shachis, the morning service, there's a Kiddush, sit-down meal. This particular Shabbos, we had a sponsored big Kiddush. Between the fish course and the cholm course, I invited the person who sponsored the Kiddush to say a few words and explain the reason for the sponsoring of this Kiddush. There was no bar mitzvah, no bris, no sheva brachas, no Shabbos chasna, no Shabbos kala. What's the reason for this celebration? I asked the husband to say a few words, and he says, I'll let my wife speak. Okay? And he actually related that not long ago they were at the oil at the Rebbe's place, and customary to write a note to the Rebbe, commitments, blessings, requests for blessings, and so on. And his wife is writing and writing and writing for 3 hours straight. Finally, when she's finished, she sees that her husband is already long finished. And she asked him, how long did it take you to write your letter to the Rebbe? He says, me? 1 minute. He says, how could it be? I've been writing, took me hours. Because basically, he says, what I wrote, my wife already asked for everything, because she asked for every friend, she asked for every acquaintance. This one needs parnas, and this one needs health, and this one needs a shidduch, and this one needs children, and this one needs nachas, and so on. So I just wrote the Rebbe, my wife already asked everything. I'm only saying thank you, Hashem, for giving me such a wonderful wife. So the wife then gets up and says, the reason why we made this Kiddush is simply to show gratitude to God for all the wonderful things that we get on a daily basis. We don't need a special celebration. We don't need a special occasion. We don't need a special, unusual event to say thank you to Hashem. Not only when there is an obvious miracle happened, then we remember to Hashem. We do a Sudat Hoda'ah, we do a festive meal, we say thank you. Every moment of the day we see miraculous events. And she related a little incident. Somebody was undertaking with the family to drive from Montreal to Florida. A nice 2-day trip. Everything goes fine. 4 hours into the trip, then near Albany, suddenly the car breaks down. They ride at an intersection, not a pleasant place to get stuck, not in a hot day with a car with quite a few children in there. Panic mode. What do? SOS Chabad. Turns out there is a Chabad house 10 minutes away from where she is, from where they are stuck. Within 25 minutes, the local shliach was there already with his van, packed us all into his van, took us all to his Chabad house. We spent the most wonderful day air-conditioned, with meals, with a wonderful experience in this Chabad house. And he was also able to find the mechanic to go fix the car, not too expensive. A little event. But just think about it. What would happen if it gets stuck a half hour earlier or further down where there is no, in the middle, the nowhere land? For whatever reason known to God, the car had to get stuck. But he made sure that it should come with the remedy with it. So she says, that's the purpose of this Kiddush. Simply saying thank you to Hashem. That's Bikurim. So friends, let's say thank you to Hashem for all the things that He did, for all the things He does, and more than anything else, for what He's going to do right now, for bringing us Mashiach and taking us into the Bet HaMikdash.